When you picture Antarctica, you probably see endless white, icebergs, glaciers, and howling winds. But that image is missing something extraordinary, a hidden world of green. Beneath the snow, in sheltered pockets, lies a miniature jungle, not towering trees, but ancient mosses and resilient algae, tiny plants forming vibrant green and red patches against the stark landscape. These survivors thrive where life seems impossible, proving that nature finds a way even in the harshest places. These aren't just random patches, they're entire ecosystems in miniature, Antarctica's secret forests. Discovering them is like stumbling upon an oasis, a shock of color in a world of white and blue. These microjungles transform our view of Antarctica from a lifeless wasteland to a place of hidden complexity. Exploring this world means looking closer, appreciating the drama of survival on a tiny scale. These patches are a testament to evolution's power, perfected over millions of years. Today, as we learn more about our planet, understanding these hidden ecosystems is more important than ever. They hold clues about life on Earth, and maybe even life on other worlds. Antarctica's green secret is a story of endurance, adaptation, and the surprising persistence of life. So, what are these remarkable plants? Let's start with mosses, some of Earth's oldest, simplest plants. Mosses lack roots and veins, absorbing water and nutrients directly through their leaves, letting them colonize places other plants can't. Then there's algae, often single-celled, sometimes forming visible colonies. In Antarctica, algae create red or green stains on the snow, earning the nickname watermelon snow. Both mosses and algae use photosynthesis, but they're masters of patience, lying dormant for years until conditions are right. Together, they form dense mats in sheltered valleys, creating spongy layers that trap moisture and warmth. Within these mats, a whole micro-world exists, home to tardigrades, rotifers, and nematodes. These are complete self-contained ecosystems, bustling with life on a miniature scale. The dense packing of mosses shields them from wind and helps absorb precious sunlight, raising temperatures within the mat. This creates a stable microclimate, a tiny bubble of comfort in a frozen desert. It's a brilliant example of life engineering its own environment. In Antarctica, even the smallest plants are ecosystem builders. To appreciate these Antarctic plants, you have to understand the brutal conditions they face. Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth. Temperatures can plunge below -80°C, and even coastal areas are bitterly cold. Water is locked as ice for most of the year, creating a desert-like dryness. Katabatic winds, hurricane-force blasts of icy air, scour the land, making survival even harder. Plants must find shelter behind rocks or in hollows to escape the relentless wind. Then there's the darkness. Months without sunlight force plants into a deep, frozen sleep. Their entire life cycle is a frantic race during the brief summer. Extreme cold, dryness, wind, and darkness make Antarctica one of the toughest habitats on Earth. Only the most specialized, resilient organisms survive here. The thriving mosses and algae are a true evolutionary marvel. How do these tiny mosses survive being frozen for most of the year? It's all about incredible biological tricks. Before winter, they dehydrate, pumping water out of their cells to avoid deadly ice crystals. In this brittle, dormant state, cryptobiosis, they're neither alive nor dead, just waiting. Some mosses have been revived after 1,500 years frozen in permafrost. Their slow growth is another secret. A moss bed a few centimeters thick could be centuries old. They grow just a millimeter a year, needing few resources and making the most of every drop of water and ray of sunlight. Their dense, cushion-like growth traps heat and moisture, creating a microclimate up to 15 degrees warmer than the air. This shape also shields them from scouring winds. Some algae even produce their own sunscreen, pigments that protect against intense UV radiation. These adaptations are the result of millions of years of evolution in a frozen world. Antarctic mosses and algae are the ultimate survivors, thriving where almost nothing else can. Their resilience is a testament to nature's ingenuity. In the world's harshest neighborhood, slow and steady truly wins the race. These plants are living proof that life can persist against all odds. Antarctica's green pioneers are masters of survival. The survival of these plants isn't just about drying out, it's about biochemical wizardry. Even with most water gone, some remains inside their cells. To protect themselves, they produce special sugars and proteins, nature's antifreeze. These compounds prevent ice crystals from forming and damaging cells, much like salt melts ice on roads. Scientists are fascinated by these molecules. They could help us store organs longer or make crops more frost-resistant. Another trick, rapid self-repair. As soon as spring arrives, these plants fix DNA and cell damage from winter's harshness. They rebuild themselves at a molecular level, ready for the short growing season. Some algae use color as a survival tool. The red pigment in watermelon snow acts as sunscreen, shielding cells from UV light. The dark color also helps absorb heat, melting snow and providing liquid water. It's a simple, effective strategy. The alga creates its own little swimming pool. These adaptations are elegant solutions to extreme challenges. Antarctic mosses and algae are tiny, but their survival strategies are cutting edge. They're not just survivors, they're innovators. Nature's antifreeze is a marvel of evolution. These small patches of moss are the engines of Antarctica's land ecosystem. They're the primary producers, forming the base of the food web, just like forests or grasslands elsewhere. Without them, there'd be no food for the tiny animals, tardigrades, rotifers, nematodes, that graze among the moss. These invertebrates in turn support other soil predators, creating a complete miniature food web. Moss beds are bustling micro-cities, providing food and shelter for surprising diversity. As ecosystem engineers, mosses stabilize soil and prevent erosion, slowly building new ground as they decompose. Over thousands of years, they transform sterile rock into living habitat. They're also environmental indicators, recording chemical clues about climate and pollution in their tissues. By studying ancient moss beds, scientists can reconstruct Antarctica's climate history. These tiny plants are living history books, vital to understanding our planet's past. Research on these hidden jungles is unlocking Antarctica's environmental history. Moss banks grow slowly, preserving layers like tree rings, each layer a snapshot of the past. Some have been growing for over 5,000 years, offering a detailed climate archive. By analyzing isotopes in moss tissue, scientists can track temperature, moisture, and even pollution over millennia. Recent studies show a greening of the Antarctic peninsula as the climate warms. Moss beds are expanding. But this is a warning sign of rapid change in a sensitive region. These studies also inform the search for life beyond Earth. Antarctica's dry valleys are analogs for Mars, showing how life might survive in extreme cold and dryness. Studying these extremophiles pushes the boundaries of astrobiology. Antarctica's mosses are windows into both our planet's past and the possibilities of life elsewhere. The future of Antarctica's hidden jungles is threatened by climate change. The Antarctic Peninsula is warming rapidly. Temperatures have risen nearly 3 degrees Celsius in 50 years. Some mosses are expanding, but this greening isn't all good news. Warmer conditions invite invasive species, which could outcompete native mosses. Changes in water availability, more meltwater at first, but possible long-term drying, add to the risk. The delicate balance that sustained these micro-jungles for millennia is being disrupted. Native species are highly specialized and may not cope with rapid change. Fast-growing invaders could take over, reducing biodiversity and simplifying the ecosystem. Antarctica's secret jungles, survivors of millennia, now face their greatest challenge. Their fate is a warning for us all. In a continent of epic scale, it's easy to overlook these tiny green patches. But they're vital, proof of life's tenacity and adaptability. Protecting charismatic animals is important, but so is safeguarding the small, hidden life that sustains ecosystems. These micro-jungles are living laboratories, holding invaluable climate records and scientific secrets. As we face our own climate challenges, the lessons in these ancient moss beds are more important than ever. Losing them would erase pages from our planet's history book. Antarctica is one of the last great wildernesses, but it's not immune to global change. The fate of these mosses is tied to our actions, no matter how far away. Their struggle mirrors our own challenge to protect the natural world. These tiny survivors are symbols of endurance and wonder. They matter, because all life matters.